here I am over there in Egypt on an island all by myself, can't speak the language. Finally, and after I got old enough to retire from I worked at Butterfield's then, and I had a little money, retirement money, that I had enough that I went to Egypt all by myself, my children.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't know anybody there. Like the only thing, I got touch of a place in California where they give tours, you know, you could get on the tours. So that's how I went over there. We got on an aeroplane with them and flew to Egypt, 12 hours one way. And I tell you, the lifestyle in Egypt is a lot different than it was in the United States back then. Probably still is, I don't know. They don't have blacktop on the ground over there, it's all sand, you know. And when we landed in Egypt, first thing we had to do was take all our baggage, unload it on the ground there, and it was a huge building. And all buildings are built out of stone over there, no wood, you know. In the middle of the building there was a platform with a soldier on top of it with a machine gun pointed right at us. They don't have any police over there, it's all army. So anyway, we had to put our stuff on the ground. They inspected it and put us back on a bus this time, and took us to where we're going to board a ship on the Nile, River Nile.
Yeah.
Thing. And that's where we were to stay. We'd each have our room, and we had to have a buddy. It'd take two of us in each room, you know, paired us up that way. And they paired me up with the old man, and he was there only a couple of days, and he was taken sick, and they had to take him off to a hospital over there in Egypt somewhere, but I never heard him all about it after that. But I had the cabin to myself all the time I was over there. You know, that was an advantage to me there. The way they operated over there, we lived on the boat and slept on the boat. And each day we'd get off the boat and get onto a bus, and they'd take us to one of the old temples. Oh, it's go a tour of that in places. Like the first day, we went to one of the temples, and it's on there's a lake all the way around it. It's on an island, if you will. Well, when we got off the boat, and they had a few tables and picnic chairs there, and all the people except me, they're sitting in that chair and they were gossiping like that, and I wanted to, that's what I went over there for. I wanted to see that goddamn temple, see what they like, you know. So I took off in the temple, and it's very, very interesting, I tell you. You go in them temples over there, they're like a first platform, and then a second one, and a third one. But each one was higher than the other. And the third one, that was the Holy of Holies, they called it, you know. That was most, back then, the people weren't allowed to go in there, just certain ones, see. But anyway, it was interesting. And they had dug holes underneath and had stairways out of stone, mind you, and beautiful big rooms in there, and nobody there, no lights, nothing. I had my flashlight with me, and it's a good thing it didn't conk out on me, you know, because I worried about that a little bit, you know. But I was interested in that, to go in there and see all the goddamn rooms. And then in the further temple there, the Holy of Holies, they had a big square on the floor. There was a picture of Osiris on that. That was a stone, a great big stone. They had a picture of him. and well painted, hand painted, but it was nice and clear. And the ceiling was probably 100 feet high, and no lights in them places, but they had left a crevice way up top, so at a certain time of day the sun would shine and light that picture on the tower. That interested me quite a bit, you know.
Yeah.
I remember sitting there on a stone. Next thing I knew, somebody tapped me on the shoulder. I wanted to know if I was American. Yeah, so the guy could speak some English, because it was a good thing, because I couldn't speak the Egyptian language. And he said, "How did you get here?" Well, I said, "I come with those people down out front there, sitting down at the table and chairs. And that's how I got here, come with them, like that." Wow, he looked at me and he says, "Those people left here 5 hours ago." Oh, wait a minute. Well, that's a different story. Here I am over there in Egypt on an island all by myself, can't speak the language. So the guy, he was nice. He went out and there were some people in boats out on the lake here. He hollered something to them, so they came over. They give us a ride back to shore, you know. And then he got hold of some other old guy to give us a ride back to where we're supposed to be. You know. But anyway, he gave me a ride back. But I didn't know where I come from over there. The old guy told me, when you get where you know where you're going, you let me know now. But I didn't know one thing from another. But I do remember that where the boat landed, on down in the south there was a big, well, a mountain, if you will, and there was a monastery up on top of the mountain there. And I remember, if I see that, I'll know where the hell it was. And luck was I did come to that, recognized it, told him, and he stopped and sent somebody over to check it out, and sure enough, so we got out. So anyway, I got out of it pretty lucky as far as being missing over there in Egypt all by myself. That was my first trip. But after that, we went to, every day we went to a different monastery or castle, if you will, temple to you. The ceilings in the buildings are 100 feet high, you know, and the post, I had a tape and I measured around one post at 14 feet to go around the post, you know, they were that huge.
Wow. And
there was pictures on the post all the way up to the top, you know. And in the halls over there, in the temples, everything, you know, there was pictures carved in. There were people, good carvers over there. I went into some of them places that they had to, that's at 80 feet down in the ground, you know. You go down on a slant, you know. Yeah. And so, and in the temples there, they had pictures on the wall of the king, and they had statues of the king on the wall too. And so I went down that way. We went in all the other temples too, and put in some long, long days, you know, but it was very interesting to me, like that. The pyramid, it's amazing how huge, especially the big pyramid, it's huge. Crazy to do something like that all by yourself in those ways, but to me it was great, you know.
It was worth it.
You get so interested in it that you forget about time, you know, it means nothing, you know what I mean?